What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? What is good with you? We're going to take a little look here tonight and see if the person that you are interested will choose you or commit to you in 2026. This is a video for all zodiac signs, not collectively. I don't do that collective shit. That's so stupid when readers do that. I never understand. I don't do the collective shit. This is one mini reading for each zodiac sign, all the way from Aries to Pisces. So, if any of you are in need of a personal reading, all the information you need on how to go about doing that is in the description of this video. Got a couple more days, y'all. Couple more days and the Black Friday sale goes bye-bye. And as far as the Zoom calls go, they will more than likely remain at regular price until next Black Friday, next November, rather. I got more sales, though, than just the Zoom calls, but just to let you know, we don't normally play with the prices of the Zoom calls at all until November. So, all right, link is in the description. You can see all the other sales that I got going on. All right, let's jump into this. Let me get the good Christmas vibes going. Hell yeah, fucking A, dude. Got my goddamn Christmas tree incense going. Shit, we ready to fucking roll. All right, Aries, let's see how this person's feeling about you. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Oh, shit. 10 of Swords, straight out the gate. No lead into it. That tells me that's somebody that's just given up on love. They do, I think, honestly, they feel an abnormally strong connection with you. They do. But I don't think it's like they're fighting this connection, if that makes sense. Fighting against it. You know, I think, honestly, this looks like somebody that just wants to be single and play around and keep their options open. Something happened with someone in the past where they were 100% sure they had met their person and they got stabbed in the back. And they are still carrying the vibrational weight of that situation. So, I don't know. They do feel a strong connection with you, though. That's the thing. They do feel a sense of soul recognition. Now, most people who feel this, they don't realize what it is. You know, but when you feel that strong feeling like you've met somebody before, or you've known them your whole life, or something like that, that's pre-birth and or past life memories. So they do experience that with you, but I'm not 100% convinced that they know that that's what it is. Most people don't. They don't really know what's going on in there. They do feel that, though, whether they realize it or not. But, boy, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups. That looks like somebody that wants to be single and play around and play the field. That don't look like somebody wants to commit to me. They're carrying too much past energy with them. They're trying to run from the past, basically. Damn, man. Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. I also have Gemini here. Honestly, this looks to me like somebody that's fighting against this connection, fighting tooth and nail. Real talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know me, I'm gonna tell you what comes through. This does not look like somebody that wants to commit. And I haven't gotten to the advice yet. But if a decision isn't made one way or the other before winter is over, it's probably gonna turn ugly between the two of you. Because, man, that tension is building. So let's get some advice. And world card. So actually, honestly, 2026 is the start of a whole new cycle for you. Okay. A whole new cycle. Now, see, I told you. Now, I'm not just going to tell you to walk away from someone. You know me. That doesn't really do you very much good in the long run. I will say this, though. I wouldn't let this go past January the way it is. I would not. Depending on how long you've been dealing with this person, you might not even want to bring this energy into 2026 at all. I'm just trying to be really generous. Trying to be, but this is a ticking time bomb waiting to happen right here. So I'll be generous. You better be digging to really figure out what the hell this person wants. It may not even survive January before it blows up between the two of you. It might not. But it's the start of a whole new cycle for you. Okay? At some point, either you're going to make a decision or the universe is going to make that decision for you. So, I'd really be thinking. Damn, dog. Hang on a second. I'm going to clear the air. I'm going to clear the air because this kind of feels like heavy energies are starting to come through straight out the gate with Aries. Let me just make sure the air is good and clear here before we move on. If not, by the time we get to Leo, I'm going to be so fucking drained, I ain't going to be able to string two thoughts together. All right. Okie dokie. Taurus. Let's see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. Oh, damn, 8 of Cups. They're wanting to walk away from this? That don't make sense. Why is this person wanting to walk away from this? What's going on? Ah, okay. I do think that they either... Now, I don't want to get too specific. I want to explain this in a way that everybody can apply it to your situation. That's tricky. They either have someone else in mind or they're waiting for something better to come along. Something like that. But here's the thing. This is what, see, people like this are very confusing. Very, very confusing. I don't really think, it's like they live in magical fairy tale land, if that makes sense. You know? It's like, I want this specific kind of person, but I'm not even thinking about what kind of relationship I'm going to build with them. Does that make any sense? This person's energy is very draining. Very draining. It seems like this is a very emotionally immature, emotional manipulator. I think I'm not going to try to dig this person's energy up. That is going to suck all the life force energy out of me trying to explain this. They either have someone else in mind or they're waiting on something better or different to come along. They don't want to be alone, but they don't want to settle down. They're emotionally codependent. They have serious self-confidence and self-esteem issues, no self-esteem at all. So really all they're really looking for is validation. And when you're at that place where you need somebody to validate you, that's where you get people stuck in this I want what I can't have. That's probably the best way to describe this person's energy. I want what I can't have. And I'll tell you why that happens. So deep, deep, deep down in the pit of this person's soul, they don't feel good enough and they don't feel worthy. So when a person doesn't feel good enough and they don't feel worthy, what do they want to do? They want to feel good enough and feel worthy. How do you feel good enough and feel worthy? What's something that would make you feel good enough to overcome a challenge, to surmount an obstacle? This is where people get stuck in this I want what I can't have energy. It all boils down to validation. Because if you ever see somebody who wants something that they can't have, and then it turns out that they can have it, they lose interest. You know why? Because I'm trying to surmount an obstacle to show me that I'm worthy deep down inside. If you're actually interested in me, well, you must be stupid too. Right? It's an unfillable void. An unfillable void because they view themselves as unworthy. So if you view them as worthy, well, then you must be stupid too, because I'm not good enough. And anyone who thinks I'm good enough, they must be an idiot. So you don't make me feel special about myself because it's too easy. I need something challenging. But even if they do get their hands on it, well, that was too easy. See what I'm saying? It's an unfillable void. That void goes endlessly into the abyss. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's get the advice. Star card reversed. Well, karmic wheel in the reverse. You're on the verge of creating karma with this person that was never there to begin with. Yeah. So you know me. I'm not a fan of telling you what you should or should not do. Unless you understand why you should. So here's what I'm going to tell you. This is all I'm going to say. This person is not your divine life partner. I didn't need a tarot card to tell you that. I mean, obviously. But being energetically attached to this person will block your divine life partner from coming in. If you were to be able to find it within you, to be able to release this energy and shift over to the next frequency, you could attract your divine life partner in 2026. But if you keep spinning around in circles with this person that's playing games with you, playing with your mind, messing with your heart, pushing your emotional buttons, that's going to get pushed out further and further and further and further. And hey, I've seen it happen where somebody spins in circles for so long that it's eventually too late. It's eventually too late. It gets to a point where you don't really have very much value in the dating marketplace. You're not really very sought after anymore. And your divine life partner has passed up. You passed that up. The window of time in which the door was open for you to connect with that person, you flew past it. So now your divine life partner has to play the good old switcheroo and attract a backup life partner. And whatever you're going to do, you'll have to attract a backup life partner as well. Now, that's really extreme cases. I'm not saying that I see that all the time, but I do see it. That does come across my desk from time to time. At least once every couple of months. So just know that. Take that information and do with it what you will. All right, Gemini. What's this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Page of Coins. Three of Cups. Eight of Cups reverse. There's definitely a past person involved somehow, some way. I think this person's afraid of falling in love. That's their problem. Yeah, they're afraid of falling in love. They're guarding their heart. Yeah. I think deep down they want to. It's not that they are just avidly against falling in love. They're afraid to. They got trust issues. They're guarding the hell out of their heart. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, nothing wrong with wanting to protect your peace, protect your heart. The question is, are they ever going to let that guard down? And if they were to let that guard down, what would it take to make them want to do that? Depending on how long you've been dealing with this person, I'm not at the advice yet, so I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but hopefully the most guarded people in the world will start letting their guard down after the first couple of months, you know? Hopefully. It should start coming down. But yeah, I do think that this person is interested in you, but something has them afraid. Now, what I don't know is, did you give them reason to question you and question your loyalty? Or are they just projecting their own shit onto you as a defense mechanism? That's what I don't know. It's probably a mixture of both, depending on who you are and what your situation is. So, all right. Let's get some advice. What advice do we have for Gemini? Okay, so, man, I wish I had time to sit and break down and explain some little energetic tricks. You need to remain as neutral and balanced as possible. Okay? You don't want to have your hopes up really, really high, hoping and wishing and yearning, because that's a lack vibration. You want to pull that down a little bit, okay, and rise up into more of an abundance vibration. What that's going to do is it's going to level you out. It's going to level you out to a place where, you know what? If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. And you're vibrating a little bit higher on an abundance frequency in your level. Your expectations are level. And also on an energetic level, there's this energetic phenomenon that I like to just call simply push-pull. And it really happens with anything, but with two people, you can sit and watch it happen in real time. Where if you're pushing, whatever you're pushing is pulling away. Whenever you're pulling away, whatever you're pulling away from is going to push, right? The universe is always giving you everything you need to keep doing whatever it is that you're currently doing, right? If you're chasing something, that thing is going to run from you. If you're trying to avoid something, that thing is going to find you everywhere you go. So when you pull back a little bit, level your expectations, and be at a neutral place of, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Then you back off of that pushy energy. And I'm talking energy, frequency, and vibration right now. I'm not talking about your actions, okay? I'm not talking about what it looks like you're doing. I'm talking about the actual vibrations that are coming from your heart. You can't fake that. It doesn't matter what everybody thinks you're doing. It doesn't matter how it looks. What happens, what manifests in your life as a result of the frequencies and the vibrations that are actually coming out of the electromagnetic torus field produced by your heart. So see if you can manage to kind of level your expectations a little bit, be at a place of abundance, and be 100% authentically yourself. As long as you know for a fact that you're bringing value to the table, and you know it, I mean, you can go inside with a clear conscience and a clean heart and tell yourself that you're offering value. If they're too stupid to see it, the two of you wouldn't make a good team anyways. You would not. Because if they fail to see your value right in front of their face, what else are they going to fail to see? If they can't see a valuable person right in front of their face, and they can't recognize the value that that would bring to their life, would you even make a good team anyways? If you could figure out how to pull this off, that will increase the chances that they will start letting their guard down, because they'll be able to see that you mean business. They have to be able to see that. They have to be able to see, I'm actually dealing with somebody that's rock solid, not playing no fucking game, you know? And it's possible. It is possible. If you play your cards right, no pun intended, this person could let their guard down and commit to you in 2026. All right. Cancer. Let's see this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Whoops. Bunch of cards fell out. That's way too many. All right, let's get 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Justice reversed. King of Cups. But then the 7 of Cups. There we go. 2 of Wands. Oh, shit. 7 of Swords. Oh, man. Okay. So, you know what the 2 of Wands means, right? Being indecisive at a crossroads. So, here's the thing. Hang on. Let me get my finger moistener thing. Hands are dry as shit out here in the desert. It gets cold in the desert. It gets dry as a motherfucker, boy. Hard to grip my cards. So, 2 of Wands. Indecisive, at a crossroads, don't know which path to take. They don't know if they should take path A, which is committing, settling down, and having long-term, stable commitment, or playing around, fucking around, keeping their options open, and just living the free single life. They don't know. They don't know. Also, too, for some reason, well, let me ask you this. Have you made your feelings and intentions known 100%? Like, not just strongly hinted, but like 100%? Because for some reason, this person is afraid of being rejected. Why would they be afraid that you're going to reject them? I mean, honestly, one thing that I have picked up on when it comes to dating cancers, come to think of it, every fucking cancer I ever dated has done this. One thing y'all like to do sometimes is, how do you even word this? I don't even know how to explain it. I've never even thought about it until just now. Instead of taking your thoughts and feelings and translating them directly into English and speaking them and explaining them, hinting and suggesting things and using body language and tone inflection and hints and without speaking your feelings and whatnot directly. And if you're dealing with somebody like me, you gotta fucking, I don't play that fucking game. Nope, I ain't playing that game. I'm not playing the hint and suggest. I'm not reading between the fucking lines. I shouldn't have to. All right, that's why I married a Sagittarius. You gonna fucking tell me how the fuck you feel, or no, I'm not playing your little guessing game. That's how I roll, man. Maybe some of you could be dealing with somebody like me and haven't translated your thoughts and feelings directly into English and spoken them out. Maybe. And so they don't really know. That still leaves room for mystery. Like, you know, if you're dealing with a logical, like overthinker like me, that they could be overthinking it. Well, maybe I'm just thinking too far into it. I don't know. For some reason, this person is afraid of being rejected, or maybe afraid of being abandoned, possibly. Maybe that's what it is for some of you. So, okay, some of you dealing with a Taurus. I also have Libra, and that's it. Okay. They do got feelings for you, though. They do. But Two of Wands means indecisive. They could take this path. They could take that path. Let's see what advice we got. Advice for Cancer. Eight of Pentacles. Hang on. Okay, so these are kind of scattered. Just take it if it resonates, chuck it if it don't. You should never find yourself at a place where you're bending over backwards to try to make someone see you a certain way. Nobody. I don't care who it is. You don't need anyone in your life if you have to try to make them see your value or see you the way you want them to see you. Mainly because it doesn't work like that. People are going to see you the way they're going to see you. They're going to see you the way they want to see you. Think about that. This is one of the many reasons on the fucking big long list of reasons why there's no point in worrying about people's opinions. Right? I'm not trying to trail off here, but this goes hand in hand with that. There's no point in worrying about people's opinions because they're going to see you how they want to see you. The way a person wants to see you is due to the lens through which they view the world and the conditioning and programming that they've been subjected to and the experiences that they've endured growing up. That's what's going to give them the lens through which they view the world. So if someone wants to see the good in you, shit, we all know, doesn't matter what bad you do, they're going to see the good. That's why we have people spinning in circles in toxic ass relationships when you should have fucking walked away 5 years ago, right? Because no matter what bad they do, the person wants to see the good. On the other hand, if somebody wants to see the good in you, it doesn't matter. Like, they're going to see what they want to see. We all know this, politicians on TV and whatnot. Somebody could do the most atrocious, horrific shit. You're going to see the good in them if that's what you want to see. Somebody could do fucking cure cancer and solve world hunger. If you want to see the bad in them, that's all you're going to see. I'm kind of trailing off. Let me pull back from that a little bit. Don't ever try to force someone to see you a certain way. Okay? Don't get into a relationship hoping that it will be a solution to feeling empty and lonely. There is no human being or relationship on this planet that is going to cure emptiness and loneliness. It doesn't work that way. Shit, if it did, I wouldn't have a fucking job. Now, all you can really be is your true, authentic self. It's all you can really be. But I think at some point before February gets here, y'all need to have the what are we conversation. Like, bad. And a decision needs to be made. Actually, honestly, probably before Aquarius season. Before Capricorn season is over, a decision needs to be made. No more hanging around and waiting. We're either doing this or we're not. It's up to you. You'd be surprised sometimes how quick somebody will change their mind when you go to walk away. You can't fake it, though. Don't turn that into a game. You can't fake it and try to walk away just to make them chase you. Okay, I'm talking about when you're really at that energetic place where you're genuinely, truly letting go. Not trying to manipulate the situation to make something happen. You're really letting go of it. You'd be surprised how quick somebody will turn around and chase after you once you let it go. But you can't fake that. You cannot fake that. All right. Leo. Let's see this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Is this just the fucking card of the day? Is this the card of the day? Seven of Cups. The card of multiple love options. See? This dude right here, he ain't trying to settle down. Look at all them goddamn cups out there. And we got a cup with a bitch head sticking out of it. A fucking snake sticking out of one of them. And that little thing that's on the world card is sticking out of one of them. And there's some kind of alligator lion ass. Look at that. Isn't that weird? What the fuck is that thing? Looks like a lion with an alligator head sticking his ass out of the cup. What the fuck? Anyway, whatever. The card of multiple love options. Damn, dog. Why is this one always got to come out with it, though? And what other one? What are the two cards that always come out with the Seven of Cups? The Seven of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is somebody that wants to be single. Seven of Swords is a sneaky, lying little sack of shit. And the Seven of Cups is the card of multiple love options. Looks like this person wants to be single and fucking play games with people. I'm not allowed to spy on the close personal details of somebody else's personal private life, but I guarantee you they got a DM full of other people. Full of other people. Guarantee it. They leave your house, go straight over to somebody else's house, spend the night. Guarantee it. And the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is the sister card to the Seven of Swords. These are the two characters that nobody in the tarot can trust. You do not want to get anywhere near these two people. God damn, Leo. Let's get some advice. I ain't even going to put my 2 cents into that. Let's just see what comes through. Emperor reversed. Hang on. Could be an Aries for some of you. Don't try to control this situation. Okay. Now, this is kind of specific. I don't want to get too specific, but I think somebody needs to hear this. Seven of Swords again. Sometimes you have to step back and let go of something to see what the universe wants you to do. Now, not always, right? It depends on the energetic dynamic. But this kind of feels like, for some of you, a situation that you are scrambling and white-knuckling it to try to keep it together. Because you know that if you step away for one fucking second, everything is going to crumble to the ground. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to step back and say, what would happen if I just let this go? What would happen? What would happen if I just didn't go to work today? Would they already put an ad in the paper to replace me? Or would they call me up wondering, are you okay? Don't quit. Please come in. I'll give you a raise. If they would just replace me, is this a company I really need to be working for the rest of my life? If I just stepped away from you, I stopped texting you, I stopped calling you, I stopped putting in energy and effort, what would happen? Would I hear from you again? Or would you just drift away? If I step back and let you go and you just drift away, do I really need to try to force you to stay in my life? Again, I know that energetic dynamic is going to be different for all of you, so not all of you are dealing with that type of dynamic. But those of you who are, you know who you are. You know damn good and well that if you quit putting in the effort, you'll never hear from them again. You know that. But I think the other half of you need to really get to the bottom of what this person really wants. You need to really get to the bottom of this. Because Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, third party. There's at least a third party involved. At least. I wouldn't let this, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I've been trying to be generous for some of the other signs who are dealing with a similar dynamic. I wouldn't let that go into 2026. I would not. I would not. I wouldn't even let that string on till Christmas. I would say between now and the winter solstice, if the energy does not change, it would probably serve your highest good to back away from this. Probably. So let's take that, do with it what you will. If you drag this into 2026, 2026 is going to be a challenge for you. You're already threatening the energetic pathway of 2026. It's going to carve out your pathway for the whole fucking year. That's already in the danger zone on thin ice. If you drag this energy into 2026 and you're still clinging to this person all January long, it's going to destroy your path for 2026. You're going to fuck it all the way up. All right. God damn it. Virgo. What's this person's feelings, energies, and intent? I swear to God, if the Queen of Wands comes out. Queen of Wands always comes out for Virgo, dude. Hopefully not. Eight of Pentacles. Some of y'all might be dealing with somebody at the workplace, possibly. I know that's not all of you, but I think this is the type of person where work and finance is their number one priority. Number one. Okay. I think that when it all comes down to it, this person could see themselves with you. That's good. They do really, at the deepest level, want to find a life partner and settle down. That's good. But they're becoming really jaded, you know? Very jaded. They don't have high apple pie in the sky hopes when it comes to actually finding a successful life partner. You know, they want to. And if they thought for a minute that the two of you could do that, they absolutely would commit to you. The question is, what does it take to get them to see that? You know? What is it that they're looking for? That's the $1 million question. Now, for those of you who come to me for a general personal reading and you get the current love interest, one of the questions that I'll ask you is, how long have you been dealing with this person? Hopefully, those of you who resonate with this reading have only been dealing with them for a month or two. If you've been dealing with them for a month or two, there's still hope for commitment. There is. But if you're one of them people that's been dealing with somebody for like 6 months, probably fucking not. Probably not. Because 6 months is more than enough time for somebody to see you for who you are and make a healthy, educated decision based on what they've seen. All right. If they haven't seen you for who you are in 6 months, they're never going to. But I don't know. I don't think most of you are dealing with that situation. I know it's a couple of you. But okay, let's get the advice. Fuck it. What's the advice for Virgo? Advice. What is the best advice? A decision needs to be made. Well, let me ask you this. Have you all even talked about it yet? I know that this is the most fucking annoying situation to deal with. Have you even talked about where this is going? Have you talked about what you want for the future? Have you talked about... See, I told you, this is the fucking card of the day, dude. 7 of Cups. Have you talked about what you want for the future? Have you talked about what your plans are? If you have not, you need to have that conversation. We need to really start at least, maybe let's pull back a little bit, maybe not jump straight into the what are we conversation, but at least what is it that you're wanting? Are we wanting to take this further? Because see, the reason why people get stuck in that place where they're afraid to have that conversation is because they're afraid they're going to push the person away, right? And I can understand that in the beginning. In the first month, 2 months max, I can understand not wanting to push that person away. But after 3 months or 4 months, it doesn't matter if you push them away. It's obviously not fucking working anyways. If I've been dealing with you for 6 months, obviously you don't want to fucking be with me. So I can either initiate that conversation with you and push you away now, or just sit and wait and delay the inevitable. Because it's going to happen at some point. It's not a matter of if, it's when. And the longer it strings on, the harder it's going to hit. And the worse it's going to hurt when it happens. So I think it's best to get that out of the way now. I mean, you're just procrastinating the inevitable. For some reason, though, I feel like the majority of you, there is a lot of energy supporting potential commitment. There is. So I think a conversation needs to be had to at least give this a push to see if you can push it onto a new path. But again, don't let it string on too long. Don't want to have another repeat of 2025 and 2026, or you don't want 2026 to be worse than 2025, right? All right, Libra. What's this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Tower reversed. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intention? That's past energy right there, dude. I was not going to say it at first, but then 10 of Wands reversed. 10 of Wands is past energy. So this person feels a really good psychological connection with you. You know, I think they enjoy your all's conversations. They feel like you all have, you know, really stimulating conversations. But for some reason, there's some kind of energetic blockage here when it comes to the emotional aspect of things. And what's getting me is that it's not really giving me a hint as to what that could possibly be. I don't know what the blockage could be. It's not really telling me. All it's telling me is Ace of Swords, Two of Cups reversed. I tell you what, though, it does have Hierophant reversed, though. And you know that one of the most common ways to read that card is fear of commitment. I'm trying to hold off on saying that, though, because it's not telling me why. I'll dig a little bit deeper here in a second. Let's get some good vibes in the air here real quick. Got Candy Cinnamon. Yeah, if you ever see the smoke coming across the screen and you're wondering what it smells like in my home studio, I got Christmas incense, dude. Fucking Candy Cinnamon, cedar wood and fir, and one of my all-time favorites, Christmas tree. Yeah, man. Yep. All right. Let me throw just a few more cards on the table here and see if it'll give me any more information as to what the hell is stuck up this person's butt. Queen of Cups, past energy again. Oh, man, honestly, I just don't really feel like they've let their ex go. I don't think so. This is one of those situations where they haven't let their ex go, but they're still trying to just move on in life. You know? I gotta move on. I don't know if I'm ready, but what am I supposed to do? I gotta move on. I gotta move forward. But they haven't let their ex go. Yeah. I don't think they have bad intentions, though. I don't think so. Matter of fact, I think that this person, at the deepest level, is probably one of the most loyal people that you'll ever meet in your life. And as it just so happens, some of the most loyal people that you ever meet typically tend to get hurt really bad, don't they? Because when you're young and naive and you don't know what to be loyal to and what not to be loyal to, it's really, really easy to find yourself being loyal to the wrong thing, right? And you get hurt very, very, very badly. And then what does that do? That creates a very broken, guarded individual who don't want to let nobody in. That's where people are, where are all the good people at? Where are all the good women? Where are all the good men? Oh, they're guarding their heart. Because they got hurt before they got the chance to really experience much. They dumped all of their heart, soul, energy, and effort into the wrong fucking person and was loyal to the wrong fucking person. Now they're afraid to be loyal to anyone. That's kind of what I feel like that you're dealing with here. So I would go as far as to say this person has very good intentions. Probably the most loyal person, or one of the most loyal people you have ever met and possibly will ever meet. And they're real picky and choosy. about who they are going to give access to their loyalty. All right, well, let's get the advice. Oh, King of Wands. Well, you know what? You want to let this person know that you're not playing games. Okay? And a big part of that is not coming across desperate. You can't be desperate. Once a person reaches a certain point, desperation is a red flag. See, you don't know if you can trust a desperate person. When somebody's desperate, think about it. They're out for themselves. A desperate person, when it all comes down to you, they'll lie. They'll lie to you. They'll manipulate you. Right? They'll do whatever it takes to meet whatever little need they're trying to meet. It's a self-serving energy, desperation is. But when I'm not desperate, now there's more transparency. You know why? Because I'm not afraid to walk the fuck away. I will walk away. I am not playing no fucking games. I'm not here to waste your time. I'll walk out that door. And exuding that energy it's challenging. I mean, it's something, I don't know if you can make yourself do that. It's something that has to just kind of come by default. You know, but whenever you finally reach that energy where I'm so fucking sick of playing games, I'm not afraid of being alone. I will fucking die alone before I bring somebody into my life that does nothing but lie, manipulate, play games with me, play games with my head, play games with my heart, bring drama and chaos. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't need that in my life. I've had too much of it. Been there, done that, bought the beer koozie and the t-shirt and stepped in the dog shit on the way out the door. I'm good. I don't need that. I will fucking leave. Now, I know that may sound kind of daunting to describe it, but when you're face to face with that person, pure transparency. Pure transparency. It's like a cool glass of fucking crystal clear ice water. Completely transparent. Because you know I'm not wasting your fucking time. See what I'm saying? Now, how do you go from being desperate and needy and yearning to the flip of a switch into the abundance frequency? I don't fucking know, honestly. Usually that kind of happens by default after you get to the end of your fucking rope. You know? So if you can maintain an energy that shows this person transparency that you're not playing fucking games, and they see that, they could potentially commit to you. But again, I'll circle back to the same talking point. Don't let it string on for too long. If it's been longer than 2 months, you might want to fucking boot scoot and boogie. All right, Scorpio. 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 Damn, dog. The commitment phobe card came out straight out the gate. Well, that's the first thing the universe wanted you to know about the person that you're dealing with. They have a fear of commitment. God damn it. The fucking card of the day, dude. 7 of fucking cups, man. And do we even need to talk about that? You have the commitment phobe card, the card of multiple love options, and the devil card. Writing's on the wall right there. That's somebody that ain't trying to fucking settle down at all. At all. At all, at all. And I tell you what, this is the type of person that does not want to pass up on any opportunity. Any opportunity that makes itself available to this person, they're going to jump on it. You know, so some of you could be dealing with somebody that has an addiction issue, potentially. Actually, honestly, that feels like probably a lot more of you than not. And some of you may not even be aware of it. But that's the same energy. This shit right here, that's the same energy. The exact same energy that makes people turn to addictions. Same energy. You know, everybody responds to different energies differently. But this energy right here and this energy right here, the same energy that makes people want to run around and just fuck random people and get that short-term fix, that high for the night that makes them feel good about themselves, and then dump that person and on to the next, and dump that person and on to the next. That short-term gratification, it's the exact same energy. The exact same energy. It makes people turn to drugs and alcohol. Same thing. The exact same thing. Or gambling. Food addicts. That's becoming a fucking epidemic in today's world. Food addicts. You used to hear people say that back in the day, and you would think that they were just trying to divert attention away from drug addicts. You know, a food addict. Ain't no goddamn food addicts. Oh, yeah, the fuck there are. Oh, yeah, the fuck there are. Oh, yeah, the fuck there are. I remember I would hear that. People talk about that. You know, you go to rehab or something like that. Oh, there's all kinds of addictions. There's drugs, alcohol, there's food. You can be addicted to food. And I would always think, yeah. Try to take attention off of your problem. Try to compare your problem to somebody that has an addiction to fucking cheeseburgers. I didn't take it seriously back in the day. Woo-hoo! In today's world, oh my Jesus H fucking Christ. Oh, there's some food addicts. Yes, there is. Anyway, though, you get the point. Let's get the advice for this. Who are we on, Scorpio? Let's get the advice for this. Nine of Wands reversed. Hangman. Okay. You know me, I ain't gonna tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Now, you know that every time I say that, usually we're talking about a situation that's not gonna work, right? Kind of a dead giveaway. But I will, when I tell you this, that does leave the door open for anything. But let's see how this energy looks. For those, okay, I'm going to divide you all up into a few groups. For those of you who have been dealing with this person for 6 months or longer, if you don't walk away and you drag this energy into 2026, you're going to have an ugly year. Not telling you to walk away, just going to tell you what will happen if you don't. Okay? If you have been dealing with this person between 2 and 4 months, it's time to have a conversation about what your intentions are and what you're wanting. You know, I'm wanting more. I'm wanting commitment. And that's what it is. And after a certain point, if you don't want commitment, I will be walking the fuck away, just to let you know. And that's what it is. Time to have that conversation. Now, if this is somebody you just very recently connected with, I would keep this person at a serious, I wouldn't even extend or accept, well, let me say this. Don't let it turn into a sex-based connection. Don't do that. Matter of fact, I might even go as far as to say for this rare circumstance here, well, it's not rare, but you might want to limit access to you sexually altogether. Not prevent it, but limit it. Don't let it turn into a sex-based connection. Do not get, or sex, or whatever you think this person may be using you for, whether it's sex or money or whatever. Do not, and I love it when I'm saying it and the card comes out as I'm saying it. That happens all the fucking time, dude. Limit access to anything that this person could use to take advantage of you. Whether it's sex or money or whatever the fuck else. Limit access to that. Set boundaries. Okay? Let this person know boundaries are to be had. If they don't respect your boundaries, that tells you every fucking thing you need to know anyways. Well, what if it runs them off? Well, good. Then you didn't need that person in your life anyways. That already exposes who the fuck they were. If it runs them off, good. If it was your person, it wouldn't run them off. If this person had good intentions, that wouldn't run them off. All right, Sagittarius. What the fuck is this? Sagittarius. What's this person's feelings, energies, and intentions towards Sagittarius? Well, the Sun card reversed. So this person's just a generally unhappy person. Generally. It has nothing to do with you, and you can't fix it. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Probably stems back to childhood, honestly, but let's not go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, man. Honestly, I think, man, leave it to Sagittarius every fucking time. I think this person does want to be with you. But this is so strange. Let me think of how I'm going to word this. They do want to be with you. They do want to connect with you. They are emotionally immature, and they're aware of it. They're aware of their own emotional immaturity. So they're trying to hide that from you. They're afraid that if you see them for the emotionally immature person that they really truly are, that you'll reject them and hurt them. You'll basically boot, scoot, and boogie and hurt them. They believe that they would seriously have to step up their game in order to really be with you. And they're hiding a whole other aspect of themselves from you because they're afraid of you judging them. So, I would say that's a fairly accurate depiction of the energy that I'm seeing here. Some of you dealing with a Pisces. I also have Leo. But yeah, so that's a strange place to be at. And I'll tell you why. Because most immature people are too immature to understand that they're immature. You see what I'm saying? Just like stupid people. This is why, like in today's day and age, oh my God, all the arguing that everybody's doing. You see people beat their head against the wall all day long, trying to get stupid people to understand that they're stupid. Stupid people are too stupid to understand that they're stupid, you know? But then when you have somebody that's at that weird in the middle stage where they're just barely mature enough to know that they're immature. Does that make sense? It's kind of where this person is. Because they're self-conscious of it. They know they have problems. They know they have issues. They know that they're probably not mature enough. You know, this may be for some of you the type of person that can't even hold on to a job for a long time. Maybe. I know that's not all of you, but you know, it's kind of like somebody with poor money management skills, and they know it, but they don't know what to do about it. They're embarrassed because of it. I'm fucking horrible with money, you know, but I know it, and I'm embarrassed about it. Similar to that. It's kind of similar to that. Okay. Now, that's probably the most lighthearted fucking energy that I have pulled all night. If any sign is ever going to do that, it's going to be Sagittarius. That's why I love y'all, man. That's why I'm married to Saggy. Most positive energy in the entire zodiac, I swear to God. Okay. What's the advice? I'm not feeling this deck, man. I've used it too many times. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do Legacy of the Divine. Love this deck. Legacy of the Divine. Damn dog lovers card. Okay, so do the best you can to try to make it known that this person is completely, totally safe to open up and be themselves around you without being judged. Try to let that be known if you possibly can. How do you do that? I mean, at the end of the day, you can't make anyone see you a certain way. They have to want to see that in you in order to see it. And the good news here is I think this person does. This person does want to see the good in you. So they're looking for that green light that's gonna, you know, tell them that they can let their guard down. They're looking for it. But the question is, how do you do that? That's the tricky part. Because it's not just about how you act towards them. It's about how you act towards, about, and around everyone else too. You know, how many times have you met somebody new, romantic interest or not, just anybody new, coworker, friend, acquaintance, and you hear them talking about something and they're getting real bitchy and judgy and nasty about something that has nothing to do with you. And you're like, whoa. Well, if you're going to act like that about that, I can't imagine how you would react if you find out about the dumb fucking thing I did 5 years ago. Holy shit. My walls are going up. I don't want to fucking tell you nothing about me if you're going to act like that about that. You're going to throw that big of a fucking fit just because of who that person fucking voted for? Oh my God, I ain't telling you nothing about me. Shit. You know? So it's an overall energetic ambiance that you have to exude that is of non-judgment. So it's possible. It is very possible. I don't know though, man, because we got that right there, but we also got that right there. Now, I think the most important thing to take away from this is even when you do Meet a person that you are going to build a life partnership with. Oh, yeah, there's going to be this shit. Oh, yeah, there is. Even when it's your divine life partner, oh, there's going to be this shit. Now, within the boundaries of morals, this is for everybody. Attention, everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. I don't care why you're watching this video. Ups and downs in a relationship. You know how people say, we've had our ups and downs, right? Ups and downs do not include domestic violence, cheating, manipulating, abusing. Like, that's not ups and downs, right? That's get the fuck out. I hate it when people say that. You ever known that couple who they go to post something like on Facebook about their partner, and they'll say, oh, we've had our ups and downs. And it's like, ups and downs? Are you've been through fucking plane crashes. That's not ups and downs. You mean, oh, well, first he beat me up, and then I got a restraining order, and then I left and went and got pregnant with someone else, and then got an abortion and got back with him. Then he cheated on me, so we broke up again, and then we got back together, and then I went and fucked his best friend, and he found out and broke my nose and went to jail for a year. And that's not ups and downs. The fuck are you doing? Right? You get what I'm saying, though, right? There will be ups and downs. There will be arguments. There will be times where y'all get on each other's fucking nerves. But it's on a whole different level when it's with your person. Anywho, yeah, there's a strong possibility that this could turn into a successful life partnership. Just play your cards right, monitor the frequency, and monitor the energy. All right. Capricorn. Keep forgetting where I'm at. Capricorn. Capricorn. Boom, boom. Uh-oh, Three of Swords. There's somebody else's energy in the mix here. This person has trust issues due to unhealed heartbreak. Yup. Oh, they got some big old ass trust issues. That is so fucking annoying, man. That's so annoying. People getting into connections and relationships with trust issues. That is so fucking annoying. Don't get me started on that. Not even going down that rabbit hole right now. But this person doesn't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They got trust issues. I think they were cheated on in the past. And, I mean, haven't we all been? Yeah, it hurts like shit. Don't fucking date while you're healing from that. That's stupid, you know? They don't know what they want. Let me double check here before I say this. I do not have one single cup on the table. Not one. Not one. Not one. I don't think this person is anywhere near ready for any kind of emotional connection with any person. Anywhere near it. Anywhere near it. They don't even know what the hell they want. There is no other way I can spin this spread. There is no other way. Hangman. Two of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. What are you going to do with that? What's that? Four of Cups. Two of Cups reversed. Let's just get the advice here. Jesus Christ. What's the advice for Capricorn? Woo, 10 of Cups. What's that? Let's see what that is. Hang on. karmic wheel reversed. Okay. All right. I'm just going to throw this out here generally. I'm going to throw this out here generally. This is not your divine life partner. It's not. I didn't even really need a tarot card to tell you that. I mean, all you had to do was tell me a couple of things about what's going on in the situation, and I could have told you that. But this is not your person. You are right around the corner from your person. But you have to vibrationally align with that person before you can attract them in. A lot of people think that it's as easy as knowing where to go to find them. It doesn't work like that at all. I could give you their name and address, and you could go knock on their door. If you're not in a vibrational alignment with that person, the two of you wouldn't even be able to hold a conversation together. It's not as simple as just finding them. It's not as simple as knowing where they are and where to find them. It does not work that way. I cannot imagine what would have happened if some reader or psychic told me who my divine life partner was and where to find her. And I went and found her a year before we met. 6 months before we met. We wouldn't even be able to hold a conversation. There's no fucking way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. We had to come together at the perfect fucking millisecond to have that energetic connection and that vibrational alignment. So, having said that, you are right around the corner from your person. Being energetically and karmically tied to this person is not just holding it back, not just pushing it out, not just slowing it down. It is blocking that from happening. It's blocking it. So I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I will tell you that, though. And I'll throw this out there generally, too. Don't approach a connection from the perspective of trying to find out if they are your person. When you meet someone, don't sit and try to figure out if they are your person. You know what you want to figure out? If they're not your person. That's what you want to figure out. I'm telling you, if you could approach every single connection from that perspective, very few people would go to their deathbed without meeting their person. Very few people. It'd probably be an annoying path because you would be turning down lots of fucking people, feeling like you're wasting lots of fucking time. But one of the leading causes of going to your deathbed and never meeting your person is spinning around in circles with the wrong fucking person. Trying to figure out if they are your person when they already showed you a long time ago that they're not. That's for everybody out there. I don't care who you are. Aquarius. 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 What's this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Ace of Pentacles. They want to take things slow. They want a slow start. They don't. Ooh. Oh, okay. Wow, I did not expect that. Okay. They feel like you are out of their league. So let me preface this before I get into the meat and potatoes of it. They feel like you are out of their league. They believe that when it comes to what they really want, they're not worthy and they're not good enough. So they have a lot of insecurities. Now, you would think well, some people would think that when you're embodying that energy, that it would be as simple as to be able to attract a person into your life that matches your wildest dreams. And that would fix all your insecurity issues, right? That would make them insecurities hop up and go flying out the window, right? Hail to the fuck no. Absolutely not. If I'm insecure, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like I'm good enough to have what I really, 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 really want. The type of person that, you know, is my dream person. I just don't believe I'm good enough for that. And I was to suddenly be given the opportunity to be able to get with somebody that matches my idea of that, that's going to make me feel 10 times more insecure. 10 times more. You know why? Because if I genuinely believe that I'm not good enough, then in my mind, it's just a matter of fucking time before you realize that I'm not good enough too. And one of these days, you're going to wake up and you're going to realize that I'm just a fucking loser ass idiot. You can do so much better than me. And you're going to go do better than me. And that's going to fucking destroy me. That's going to annihilate me. That's where this person's coming from. But at the same time, they are lonely, empty, needy, and emotionally codependent. And really starved for a sexual connection. I mean, Devil card and Nine of Cups reversed are very, very similar energies. I would probably go as far as to say that these are the major and minor arcana versions of the same energy. Right? That lonely, empty, codependent, needy. That's service to self. I'm trying to fill an empty void. Devil card. I need an outside solution to an inside problem. Service to self. Right? Same energy. So, having said all that, this person is fighting a fucking war in their mind that you know little to nothing about. Could be a Capricorn for some of you. Also have Cancer and Scorpio here. They know that if they gave themselves permission to fall in love with you, you could annihilate them with the flip of a switch. They know that. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Aquarius? 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. And 9 of Pentacles. Do not surrender your independence for somebody who projects their own insecurities onto you. Communication needs to seriously improve. Okay? If you want this person to open up, it would probably serve your highest good if you made the decision to open up first, to show them that they're safe to open up. If you don't feel like opening up first, you may as well just walk away from this, because this person ain't gonna open up anytime soon. They don't even want to look at themselves. You think they want to let you in? So either you open up first, or you may as well just walk away, because they're never fucking opening up. Not on their own, they're not. Not on their own. I'm not going to lie, this spread is telling me that you might want to keep your options open. That's what this spread's telling me. Damn, dog. Well, that was quick. That was new. I don't recall reading that for Aquarius. It must be a new situation. Okay. Pisces. 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 How's this person feel about Pisces? They're afraid to jump into anything right now. They have a lot of feelings for you, though. Oh, they got feelings for you. They're just scared. They're nervous. They got cold feet. And I know that normally I like to dig it up and go a lot fucking deeper than that. But I don't think this person goes very much deeper than that. I don't think so. I think this is a very, very simple individual. All right, some of you could be dealing with somebody with an addiction issue. They definitely don't want to lose access to a sexual connection. Definitely not, but they do got feelings for you, though. They're just scared. I don't even think they know what the fuck they're scared of. They don't even know. They don't even know. Why don't they want to jump into anything right now? They don't know. Is it because somebody hurt them in the past? I don't know. They don't know. Is it because they're afraid of being abandoned? They don't know. Is it because they're afraid of how much you could hurt them if you wanted to? They don't know. I might even honestly go as far as to say that some of you are kind of dealing with a little bit of a dumbass, honestly. Now, I'm not going to call them stupid, but I'm going to call them a dumbass, you know? You know those people that there's just nothing to them? There's nothing to them. Men are horrible about this. You know, well, just give me something to eat and suck my dick and I'm good. Let me sit and watch cars drive in a circle. Yee-haw, I'm happy. Like little fucking monkeys, apes, you know? Like a dog with a goddamn bone. Stupid, just, you know, dumbass. This person's just not very deep. Not very deep, honestly. They don't know what they're afraid of. They don't know what they're worried about. They want to find a life partner and settle down. They're just nervous and they don't know why. Look, dude, we got Lover's card, King of Cups. But then Nine of Swords with no indication as to what's causing this at all. None. Because, I mean, Nine of Swords, we also got Emperor, Nine of Cups. So you may not even realize how nervous they are. Because they probably put on a real good front. You know, they fake it. Really, really, really good at making it look like they're holding it all together, you know. 10 of Cups. Dude. 9 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Lover's card, King of Cups, Emperor. All this energy looks absolutely fucking amazing. So what's this? What's that? They don't even know. Let's get some advice. I got just a little bit of energy left, dude. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Of energy left. Fucking communication, dude. I know that sounds simple. I know it sounds cheesy, but when it all comes down... Okay, let me put it to you like this, okay? Don't take this the wrong way, but you shouldn't have to come ask me how someone feels about you. You shouldn't have to. Okay? If I was you, I would dedicate no less than the entirety of the month of December to really trying to figure out what's going on with this person. Don't let it string on for too long. And the reason why I say that is because it'll turn into a cycle. I say that a lot. That's one of my catchphrases. Don't let it string on for too long. And I say that because if you let it string on for too long, and when I say too long, I'm talking 2 or 3 months. It's all it takes. All it takes. All it takes to turn into a cycle, a pattern. All right. After the first month, we should be making an energetic change onto a new pathway. If not, you better be busting your balls trying to get that done in the second month. If it's not, if you go into the third month on the same energetic pathway that you were on in the first month, you got a cycle on your hands. You got a pattern. It's just going to keep looping and looping and looping and looping. Mark my word. So, take that information and do with it what you will. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that all my signs of the zodiac needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is in the description. And don't forget, just a couple more days to take advantage of my Black Friday sale. A couple more days. December 1st, prices go back to normal. And when it comes to my Zoom calls, we more than likely will not be adjusting the price of the Zoom calls until next November. Okay? It's the way we do it. Anyway, though, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.